Um, I'm still a little like raspy from being sick. I had bronchitis for like a week and a half. So I still have a bit of cough and all that, but I'm better. I'm not as ill. I've been working on a couple of things. Um, and just like mine already showed you some of my paintings I've done. I've been working on some freestyle work personally. I was gonna continue on with it and show you at the end where I finish up for the night. But this is where I start. This is where I started so far. And I'm gonna continue on with it. Um, so I have a little error there. I wanna work on it here a bit and talk about some games. I was just thinking about video games and everything. I seen a Switch today, and I was very interested in it. And I never really gotten a Switch. I remember I seen like the commercials for it, but I like kind of grew up with like Nintendo Color, the Game Boy Color. I grew up on with that. Um, I had like the see-through purple one, which was pretty cool. And my first game was the yellow Pokemon game. It was pretty nice. Where Ash picks his Pokemon, but he gets there late because he wakes up late, and he gets there and finds out that Professor Oak didn't have anything left besides Pikachu. No, 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 no. That's not right. He didn't have any Pokemon for him, so he left. And the first Pokemon he came across in the field was Pikachu. That's correct. That's right. That's when he gets to have, I think, Pikachu. But maybe it was the other way around. I think it was Professor Oak who captured Pikachu and was just like new. So he gave it to Ash to train. But either way, I'll find out later the exact like how it came about. But that was a good game. I didn't win the game. Like, who can really catch them all? I would like to know. Can you catch them all? I don't know. I can't catch them all. It's hard. I got pretty far in it though, like the gyms. I got through the towns. I got through like Pallet Town and Mystic Island, I think, and some other places. I've gone through I went through the maze where the trainers came out of nowhere, and you had to battle them to move on to the next phase, the next portion of the maze, sort of thing. So it was like you grow as a trainer as you battle the other trainers, and you level up faster if you battle every single Pokemon you come into in the field. Because if you get the field Pokemon and you battle them, you'll get experience points, and those experience points will help your Pokemon gain more experience, and as you're in yourself as a trainer to be more experienced, so you can get better items as you go along in the game. Like you'll find more cool stuff, like more important stuff, like moonstones and things that help you evolve your Pokemon a lot faster, and some things that help you use against Pokemon to help them become weaker and easier to catch. That was a good game. I used to have the poster of the original Pokemon growing up. It was pretty neat. There's so many Pokemon now. That poster would be like my whole wall. It wouldn't just be a section of my wall. It would be like the whole wall would have to be covered to fill up with all the Pokemon that's kind of about nowadays. But there was that game. I do remember playing I had a Dragon Ball Z game for my Game Boy Color. It was barely like 2D. Like the game looked like it was laying down. Like the graphics was like you're Goku and stuff, but you're like laying like the landscape was like flat, and here's you the 2D thing, and you're walking through the game, and it just seems so abnormal. But that's how it was back then. The classics, almost like almost as old as Sega. Sega, I think, came out around the time that Nintendo, like the Game Boy Colors and stuff came out. Like Sega had good stuff. I remember Sega Genesis with there was Sonic, of course, and then there was Tetris. I remember. I played oh the Lion King. There was a Lion King game with Simba and uh the other characters in the movie. They were in the game, and you had to like try to help save Pride Rock in a way. So that was pretty neat. Then there's Aladdin. I played that game for a bit. That was good. I don't know if I actually beat the game, but my grandma had that game and Sega, so it was very beneficial to come over to hang out with grandma. Be like, hey grandma, do you happen to have that game right now I can play? And she's like, yes, I do. So I'd go to the back room and I would go play. It was a great time, you know. Probably got it for like $16. Nowadays it'd be like $200 doing something like that. But Sega was nice. It had a little smooth controller. Not like that box controller like Nintendo. Nintendo, like Super Nintendo, I think it's called. The Super Nintendo had that boxy controller with a cord that was like you're holding a bar of soap. It felt like, with like two little buttons on one side and then one like the walker stick that has the four things, yeah, that kind of thing. That controller was pretty neat. It's just kind of inconvenient whenever you get upset about losing and you forget how short that cord is. Whenever you go try to put it down too fast because you're upset, it'll sling out and get you. I remember playing Duck Hunt on the Super Nintendo, or was it regular Nintendo? I don't know. It was one of those Nintendos. But you get to play Duck Hunt. You hook up a gun, a plastic gun thing, to the game, and you get to go play with these the ducks. And you shoot them out of the sky, and you got this dog, who is the like hunting dog. He helps point them out to you, and then once you kill the duck, the dog comes out and picks it up for you. But if you don't hit the dog just laughs. He'll chuckle. He'll do a little chuckle if you lose and let the ducks get away. It sucks whenever your game sensor on that gun sometimes whenever you play that game, the sensor doesn't line up with the thing, and it's like you miss the duck, but you aimed right at the duck, but you missed the duck. And it's like it's rigged and it's your own system. My system just made me lose. That's when you need to go check out your light, your sensor light, or you need to blow in the the game console thing. I don't know what they call them, game console cartridges. I don't know. It's like after Nintendo, there was like all the Mario's came out. All the Mario's. Spyro, I think that's PlayStation. I'm not in PlayStation yet, PlayStation is a whole different thing. PlayStation had its own category in my book. Because there's PlayStation 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So I'm saying that should have its own book. So far. So far. I'm just trying to get this part of the story finished before I call it a night. But PlayStation though, because I am going to get into it. PlayStation. Remember the noise it would make when you turned it on? It had that nice little music come along with it. It's like it will jog your memory. You'll hear it anywhere and be like, PlayStation. And then there's every series came with a different tone, like 1, 2, and 3. I like the first one because I remember playing PlayStation 2. It was either the 1 or 2, where it was like the silver or the gray console with like the round disc thing. But I like playing Rugrats. I played Rugrats on the PlayStation, where I was like Tommy, and we had to escape to do something. And then I played Toy Story, where I was playing Buzz, I believe. And I played the Simpsons video game on PlayStation. That was pretty neat. Where he's on a skateboard, I do believe. Um, I played like the ATV motocross um, game. That was pretty epic. That was cool. I got to play like ski games, like water skiing, waterboarding, like that kind of stuff. Like without that kind of stuff, it's like, I mean, I read in between gaming, of course. I went to school and everything, but it helped fill in the void, like the empty space with something thrilling and challenging, and something to look forward to defeating. You're challenging yourself every time to get better and do better. Sometimes you have more time than others. Like recently, I haven't been gaming at all. I used to be playing on my phone with the mobile app with Call of Duty. I was playing that for a while, but then I just got kind of done with it. I mean, I might pick it back up again, but I like board games and stuff too. There's all those kind of games. It doesn't have to be all like on the TV. Um, I might have another segment of this talking about more games like arcade games, pinball machine games, dart games. There's all kinds of games out there. Why don't we all play them? Like there's water sports, water games. You know, like there's our PlayStations, Nintendo 64s, our PS3s, 4s, the PSP, the Game Boy Advance, all those things in the world. But I'm going to talk about probably in the next couple days more about like board games, card games, arcade games. Games that help bring people together. Games is what should bring everyone together and help let out some frustration, friendly competition, help us all like regain our sense of I can do that. Or hey, look at what I did. I knew how to solve that riddle or solve that problem. Oh look, I passed go. I get to collect $200. You know, that kind of thing. Like it's good to play with people, not just online. Like there should be like competitions out in the out in the world. Like there is one for online games. Like they have competitions now for like what there's video games. Like I've seen like their actual sport where you can stream and stuff. Like well that's neat. You found a way to capitalize on it, I guess. The gaming world. A lot of people do it. So it's something that you enjoy doing. But I would gotta say you just gotta breathe some fresh air once in a while. There's fumes, I'm sure, from all the gaming stuff it gets you after a while. But after I get done with this, I want to call it a night. I'm not quite there, but so you're gonna be stuck with me for a minute. But I'm here to talk about that Rugrats game. It was cool because you get to play with Spike and talk to all the characters. It's great to be like those. You play a game where you watch the show because Rugrats was a kids show, and I was like 10 or 12 when I played that game, and I was like, wow, I like Rugrats, and now I'm in the show. I'm part of the show now. Like these games nowadays makes you feel like you are part of a movie. Now you are the hero. Now you are part of the story. Your decisions makes it or breaks it for you in the game. Like it's either going to be you winning or you losing enough to where you know how to win later. As long as you don't give up, you'll be able to figure out the puzzle in the game. That's what I like about these games. They they make it to where it's hard, right? At times, but not hard enough to where you can't figure it out. Like you will figure it out. It's just you gotta use your past mistakes to help you learn where not to go and what to do in troubling times in the game. Like Mario, like Bowser's Tower, the castle and stuff. It's really risky. There's fire everywhere. There's things coming out of walls. There's things coming down, coming up, moving. There's a pattern. And Pixel, you see that there's patterns in those games. So there's patterns and also like any other game, right? I don't know those patterns. But these people do. Most people do, I'm sure. Like I'm not no whiz kid knowing anything about these games. I'm just showing you. Like there is people that can do it. If you're one of them, that's a great skill to have. But how skilled are you if you had to run though? Like we need to like learn how to like play those kind of games. Like we do some arcade games, some PlayStation games. Then go outside and go play some yard games to help get our blood flowing. But um, I have this one done. I'm gonna show you my other page I have with my cartoon pictures. But this is my lake. It's a waterfall. And there's gonna be a tunnel going through here where the water can escape into. It'll be like a pool inside of there. But that'd be like tomorrow. I was working on this. I want to work on this for a little bit. Because I want to just see what comes out of it. Like I had these ideas earlier. And I just wanted to try to see if we can do anything with it. See if I can do anything with them in a bigger picture sort of thing. Because that's what doodles are about. You know what I mean? Doodles are here to help tell a story in a more cartoonish kind of way. Like right now, it's like some just It's just random. It's randomized right now. But I don't mind doing a couple of things though. I like doing patterns sometimes. Then other times I like to do faces, even though I know I'm not like the best at it. But I do try to do something. Because art can come in any form. It could be through, pictures. It can come through crafts. It can come through words. Words are an art form. Poetry, over written language. And then there's verbal. Then there's visual art, There's abstract art. That's what this pretty much is. It's all like abstract in a way. Because I'm not really telling a story. It's more like an object. So. See? Circles. And I got my face. Anyhow, here's my big thinking tree. We always need a thinking tree to help us think it out. But my tree's gonna have fruits. And it's gonna sprout carrots. Because you know what? Whatever I make is gonna grow healthy and strong. So that's my little doodle. I did make some carrots and a big apple tree. That's why I might make him like in the lake is an apple tree. Because it has nutrients from the lake. It's a freshwater lake. So it's gonna have nice fish in it. It's gonna have trees and an apple tree. So that's a good idea. I like making ladybugs. It's been a while since I made one though. Well, I messed up with the count of the ladybugs have like those weird wings under that shell. You know what I mean? That shell of theirs. So I'm making like a more realistic ladybug. I'm including its wings with the shell. So there's its wings right there. So antennas, I'm sure, to communicate with everyone at home base. It's all happy, the whole thing. And there's my little ladybug. Yeah, it's looking like doodles. My flower. I used to be like in the flower power, like flowers and everywhere. Totally into it, I used to try doing like roses. I can do it, but it doesn't look right to me. So it's like I don't like to draw them too much. I can do more like there's red flowers at Christmas. I can do those kind of poneras. I can do those a little bit better than those. Because you kind of like overlap and overlap, overlap, and then overlap like that. You kind of like overlap and overlap. It ain't too difficult. But you see, that's my cartoons, and that's my landscape I was wanting to work on. So I'll finish them up tomorrow, and I'll just see what's going on. I like black and white, so I'm gonna keep it black and white. So there won't be no change up on that. But everyone have a good night, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Maybe I'll sound a little bit better. But right now I'm a little froggy, so excuse me for that. But it was enjoyable, and I hope you all have a great night or a good day. And stay hydrated because it's getting hot out there. So have a good night. Bye bye.